Good evening guys, I'm just about to start my training session. In order to become supreme biker, you need to train regularly, sometimes train hard, and always train smart. In this episode, I'm going to show you 5 completely free apps which are going to help you training indoor. They will make your training easier, more fun, and also they will help you plan your trainings. Let's do this. And my friends, we're talking about the apps because I'm trying to simplify everything, especially for newbies. And so we're not going to use the ANT Plus dongle because you would have to pay extra money for it. You don't need a PC. I'm just going to show you something on the PC at the end because it's going to be another option for one of the apps, the last app. We're going to try to connect at least the heart rate sensor to the smartphone, or some speed sensor, cadence sensor to the smartphone, or the turbo trainer itself to the smartphone through the Bluetooth Smart or Bluetooth LE, low energy. And so option number 1, the most simple option for you guys would be to connect your strap, the heart rate sensor, to the smartphone. You can do it just as you do when you run, and you're gonna see how fast you're going, how hard you're training. Then option number 2 would be to have the simplest, the most simple trainer, very cheap, just working, and then have the cadence sensor on your crank arm and the speed sensor on your rear wheel, because of course on the cheapest turbo trainers you're gonna have the bike with the rear wheel. And then you have the speed and cadence, which can tell you something about how hard you're training as well and what's your pedaling technique. So that would be helpful. And then option number 3, or the third level, is having the smart turbo trainer and connecting it to the smartphone. Let's see the apps. The first one is called Polar Beat. Very easy to use, very intuitive. That's the advantage. Disadvantage, it is super simple app. You can only see here your heart rate and time on the indoor cycling. So here you can tap the plus and then use different types of activities. It won't have much impact on what you actually see because you only have the data as the time and the heart rate as the data. But when you choose like indoor trainer, it says without GPS. It's in Polish here, but some of these activities will be without the GPS, like working in the gym. Then connecting to the heart rate monitor was very easy. Settings, and then it says no heart rate monitor is connected. When you connect it, it's easy. It says connect Polar heart rate monitor, heart rate sensor, but I have the Sigma sensor. It works flawlessly, very easy, fast to find, no problem. It even says that the battery is full now on my strap, so it's cool. The only thing you have to do is to tap start. It says that the workout has been started, and that's it. I can see now 76, 80 beats per minute. Sorry, that's it. And the time. Down there you can see 5 different zones. You can see what your heart rate is right now, and here you will see the time in a zone. So you're gonna see how much time you're spending in a certain zone, and that's it. You don't actually need much. This is just enough for the beginners, but you're not going to see your cadence, and no, you're not going to see the power for sure, but that's cool. Very easy, intuitive. I don't see any problems with that. Just stop the training and that's it. So that was Polar Beat. Kind of a weird thing here is that the companies producing those apps will sometimes have a couple of apps for the same job, like Polar has 2. But Polar Beat is the one that works well, in my opinion. You're gonna see in the second another company that has 3 very similar apps too. The app number 2, it's not in the order from the best to the worst app, but maybe even from the most simple to the most advanced app. And so Strava is definitely more advanced than the Polar app. And yes, you can use it for indoor cycling. When you choose between different activities, like activity types, you only have ride or e-bike ride to choose. So there is no indoor cycling, which would turn the GPS off. That's a shame. But in the settings, you will see nice thing. Strava sees just through my smartphone, through the Bluetooth, my Tacx Flux trainer. It sees my Sigma heart rate sensors, and you can see two sensors nearby, and these are my Assioma Favero power meter pedals. Unfortunately, I'm not using these two because Strava will only see the power from either left or right one. So if I'm pedaling 200 watts, I will see 100 watts. I could though change my Assioma Duo into Assioma Uno through the Favero Assioma app, but I'm not doing it because I have my Tacx Flux here as the sensor, and it will give me the actual wattage. It's not as accurate as the Assioma pedals would be, but it's enough for me. So I'm just going back here and starting the ride, and then you can see the time, the average power, average speed, average heart rate, cadence. And so I'm not sure why it says the average, because it seems like it's the actual power and the heart rate. But that's how it displays. It's being displayed here. It's not much. You can only see these data, and the map is not really helpful here. But yes, you can see your power, you can see your cadence, you can see heart rate. So that's more data than you would have on the Polar app, and that's been working flawlessly for me. So it's okay to use Strava on your turbo trainer, and it's free. The app number 3 is Endomondo. Do you know the Endomondo? It's quite popular here in Poland. I think also in Germany, and that's kind of a Strava app. And it's been working very good for me. Wow, it switched to the English now. That's cool. I was just doing it in Polish, and it was in Polish. Now it's in English. Magic happens. And very interesting thing is that now I have all the sensors connected. So let's see how it works. You can see on the right upper corner the heart rate sensor, cadence sensor, and power sensor, but no data about it are being displayed. But when I stop the ride, it will be there. I was just explaining to my Polish viewers that you sometimes have troubles connecting the power meter and the cadence sensor. Same problem here with my Favero Assioma pedals will be that it only reads one side. So I would have to set it into the Uno mode on my Favero Assioma power meter pedals. So let's stop the ride, and you're gonna see. Okay. All right, so the maximum power was 45 watts, it should be 90. The average power right here is 40, should be 80. My heart rate is okay, time is okay, and my cadence, I'm not sure whether it was, I think it was 40. So that one was being read from the turbo trainer. So this is how it works. It's also okay. If you have just one-sided power, that's great. If you have dual, switch it into Uno mode or single mode if you have some other power meter. That's quite cool. You have all the data you need. It's not going to be interactive, but it's good working, so cool. App number 4, Wahoo Fitness. Of course, each turbo trainers manufacturer has their own, they have their own apps. Not all of those apps work very well, like the Elite app, very good indoor trainers, but the app is not flawless, I would say. Here we have the heart rate and my speed and cadence sensor connected, which is the Tacx Flux. You can see, okay, it's working because it shows the BPMs and the speed and cadence. It also shows the power from my Flux. And the app number 5, that's the Tacx Training. It's not Tacx Training software, TTS, because that one on the CD is still available. You can buy it. You can, if you have CD reader on your PC, you can use that software. It's still there. It's still alive, but probably it will be it will die naturally, as this app and the desktop app are now in the game. This one works for me very well. I had no problems except for one. I'm gonna show you that on the PC. You can just start training and use power-based, slope-based, heart rate-based. If you choose slope, for example, you can just start the training and then set the slope right there. What I've noticed is that there is sometimes a huge delay between what I said here and the reaction of the turbo trainer. So that is sometimes the case. You can also go for the minus, so you can also go down the hill. My Tacx Flex, because this is connection between Tacx app and Tacx interactive trainer, does not simulate the descents, but there will be less resistance when I set to the minus slope. So that's it. Another thing is that you can also not build your workouts here, but you can download the workout from the Strava or using the GPX file. Just go to cloud and then two options. Either GPX, let's say you've been training on some track, you want to simulate that track on your turbo trainer, there you go, GPX, or go to the Strava and import one. This is the one I imported from Strava, the one here. You can see the kilometers, average slope, and so just tap play. I'm gonna discard that activity. Here is this was also the Strava training, so this was virtual training. Just go for start. You can zoom in, you can see where you are, and the Tacx app will interact with your trainer here. So it's been working very well, had no problems. Now let's just jump to my PC and see how it looks on the desktop version. And here we are on my desktop. This is the Tacx desktop app, and first thing I want to tell you is that it looks different from the software standpoint and from the cloud standpoint. I don't know why. I would love to have it look similar, just the same, because this might be confusing. First thing, I have the premium version, so I can use, for example, the training planks, which I wanted to show you. There are training planks here, so we can say that Tacx is actually now trying to combine trainer roads, training plans with Zwift kind of fun. They are just starting out, but it's looking good. So direction is very good. Here are the training planks according to the cycle, micros and mesocycle you are in. Let's say you are just doing the base miles. You choose between different training planks. Let's say you want to train 6 hours a week, 5 hours, 39 minutes, 4 rides a week. This is how the training plan will look like. Here it is. You can follow this one, and you can see how your training will look like from day to day, which is good. And then when you go from this cloudtacx.com to the software, actual software you have installed on your computer, you're not gonna see those. I mean, it will synchronize in between, but this is weird. I don't like this one, so I'm starting with telling you what I don't like. Otherwise, creating workouts here is giving us more options than on the mobile. On the mobile we had import Strava or import GPX. Here we have FTP, power, heart rate, or slope-based training. Let's say power. I always do it based on time, never on distance. And it's not quite like Zwift already have. Zwift have really nailed it. But this one is already quite easy. So here you can choose how long you want to have, let's say, the warm-up. So let's say 8 minutes with the power of 127 watts. Okay, you can also use these here. Then you just insert another block and you go for whatever you want to have. Let's say 19 minutes on 391 watts. So this is quite easy. Then you insert the same one, and so. Zwift is better, but this is already easy and quite user friendly. Then you can save it and just go with this workout. built by yourself. So that's cool. Devices, here you are connecting the devices. Here are mine. And that's basically it. You can also write with the films here, but that's also for the premium version, which I have. But as for the very naked version, naked and free version, you're gonna be able to write your Turbo Trainer using Tacx desktop app. This is it, guys. So that's it. These were the 5 apps I wanted to show you. I was also looking at Wahoo has a couple of these. My e-training, not really good reviews and not many actually using it. Problem with connecting. Be Cool, also quite bad reviews. I mean, Tacx doesn't have good reviews on this Google store either, but it's been working for me. What happened once to me is that during my workout I stopped pedaling because I wanted to like open or close the window, and then I couldn't resume the training. So it was paused, and it said you can either click escape to end the training or continue pedaling to resume the training. It wasn't working. It was disconnected. So that was my problem. It happened once. So far I didn't make many rides just yet. But I think this is from the free apps. This one, in my opinion, is the best. I've been also checking the sports tracker, indoor cycling workout, ICW. Some apps didn't actually want it to connect to my sensors. Some apps were telling that they want only their specific sensors to be connected. So that's it. This is the Tacx, 1600 reviews, and it's 2.8. So there's quite a few who like it a lot, and some who had many problems with connections. Like this guy, for example, says this here, that after FTP test, it just stopped and didn't save the results. So it's annoying. But yes, Tacx, work on it. I hope it will be even better. And that's it for this episode. Thanks, guys, for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.